differential equations. Today's lecture is on differential equations of first order and higher degree. Till now, we had learned various methods to solve the differential equations of first order and first degree. Now, we will learn again only in the first order but of the higher degree. So, let us first answer the question, what are the differential equations which we call of first order and higher degree? All those equations in which dy over dx, or which we call y dash, occurs in higher degrees. So, general form of these equations would be f of x, y dash is equal to 0. This is called implicit form. In explicit form, when we do write, the general form would be y dash to the power n plus a1 times y dash to the power n minus 1 plus a2 times y dash to the power n minus 2 plus so on plus an is equal to 0. So, here we are having is, that is, the order is only first, we are having only the terms y dash, and we do have its different degrees. All the coefficients a1, a2, an are functions of x and y. We will learn three cases of this kind of equations. The case 1, equations which are solvable for y dash. Case 2, equations which are solvable for y, and case 3, the equations which are solvable for x. We will discuss these methods one by one. So, let us discuss the first case, equations solvable for y dash. Again, we will write the general form of the equation is y dash to the power n plus a1 y dash to the power n minus 1 plus a2 y dash to the power n minus 2 and so on plus an is equal to 0, where this a1, a2, an can contain both x and y. Since this is of nth degree equation, we can factorize it into n factors. How could we factorize it? Let us see, that is, let us say we do get the factors as y dash is equal to y dash minus f1 xy into y dash minus f2 xy and so on, y dash minus fn xy is equal to 0. Now, in this, if I equate each factor to 0, what we would get? We would get actually n differential equations, where each differential equation is of first order. So, we would get the equations as y dash is equal to f1 xy, y dash is equal to f2 xy and so on, y dash is equal to fn xy. Let us say the solution of these, because we had already learned the solving first order equations. So, let us say this equation solution of these equations is f1 xy c is equal to 0, f2 xy c is equal to 0 and so on, fn xy c is equal to 0. These solutions here are written in the implicit form, that is, there would be some function of x, y, and of course, they would contain c. Then the general solution we would write as the product of all these functions equated to 0, that is f1 xy c times f2 xy c and so on multiplied till fn xy c is equal to 0. What we had learned, if we do have a differential equation which has first order and degree n, we can factorize it into n factors. Each factor then would give me equation of first order and first degree. Those methods we had already learned how to solve it, and whatever the solutions we get for these equations, we write them in composite form as the multiplication, and we get this as the general solution. To understand this method, let us try to do one example of this kind. So, let us see the example. solve dy over dx minus dx over dy is equal to x by y minus y by x. See how we will solve it. Let us first write dy over dx as y dash. Then what would be dx over dy? It would be 1 upon dy over dx. So, we can write it as 1 upon y dash. Now, instead of dy over dx and dx over dy in the given equation, we will write it as y dash and 1 by y dash, and thus what we would get in this equation, y dash minus 1 upon y dash is equal to x upon y minus y upon x. Now, let us simplify it little bit more. So, what we do get, y dash square minus 1 upon y dash is equal to x upon y minus y upon x. Again, take the cross products, what we do get, y dash square plus y dash y upon x minus x upon y minus 1 is equal to 0. Now, we see this is a differential equation which is having terms of involving y dash only, that is the first order, but the degree is 2. Here we have got the second degree equation. Now, if I factorize this equation, it would give me 2 factors. See what those 2 factors are. So, for factorization, I am rewriting this given equation as y dash square minus y dash times x upon y plus y dash times y upon x minus 1. Now, from the first 2 terms, we will take the y dash as common. What we do get, y dash minus x upon y. From the second 2 terms, we will take y by x as common. We would get y dash minus x upon y, and we would get that y dash plus y upon x and y dash minus x upon y as the 2 factors of this equation. Now, equating each of these 2 factors to 0, we will get 2 linear or first order equations. The first equation, y dash plus y by x is equal to 0, and second is y dash minus x upon y is equal to 0. Now, we will find out the solution of these equations one by one. Let us consider the first equation first. The equation y dash plus y upon x is equal to y. Now, y dash is dy over dx. We would use the method of variable separable. So, we can write it as x dy plus y dx is equal to 0. Now, integrate on both the sides, we do get x y is equal to c. This is nothing but the derivative of x into y. So, right hand side would give me the constant c. So, we have got this the solution of the first equation. Now, consider the second equation. Y dash minus x upon y is equal to 0. If I write it as y dash as dy over dx, we could rewrite it as y dy minus x dx is equal to 0. Now, integrating on both the sides, what we do get, see the y dy over dx would give me y square by 2, x dx would give me x square by 2, on the right hand side just a constant, or in other words we could write it as y square minus x square is equal to c. So, we have got the other solution as y square minus x square is equal to c. Now, we have got the 2 solution for our equation. First, x y is equal to c, and the other y square minus x square is equal to c. Now, combine these two to get the general solution. What we do get, x y minus c into y square minus x square minus c is equal to 0. This is the solution of the given differential equation. Let us try to do one more example so that we do understand little bit more about this method. The second example is, solve this y dash into y dash plus y is equal to x into x plus y. See, first we would rewrite this equation as y dash square plus y dash y minus x square minus x y is equal to 0. Now, this is equation of first order and second degree. We do have that derivative of y, that is y dash, it is taking the power 2. So, again if I do factorize, I would get two equations of first order. Now, let us try to factorize it. So, for factorization I would again rewrite it y square minus x square plus y dash y minus xy. Now, the first two terms y dash square minus x square, the factor gives y dash minus x into y dash plus x, plus the next two terms will take common y, we would get y dash minus x into y. Now, this would give me final factors as y dash minus x into y dash plus x plus y is equal to 0. So, what we have got these two factors, if I do equate them with the 0 separately, we would get two linear equations, namely y dash minus x is equal to 0 and y dash plus x plus y is equal to 0. Again we will solve these equations one by one. So, let us take the first equation first, y dash minus x is equal to 0. This is a linear equation, we can also solve it directly because this equation we do recognize very well. This is dy over dx is equal to x, we can write it as dy is equal to x dx. Integrating on both the sides, we do get y as x square by 2 plus c1, or we can write it as 2y is equal to x square plus c. This is the solution of the first equation. Now, let us take the second equation. Y dash plus y is equal to minus x. Now, this is a first order linear equation, but non-homogeneous. What will be the corresponding homogeneous equation? That is y dash plus y is equal to 0. For solving it, either we can use the method of solving linear equations, or we can again use directly writing dy over dx and separating the variables. So, here I have used the separating of the variable, I have got dy over minus y is equal to dx. Integrating on both the sides, we do get minus log y is equal to x plus c1, or we could write y is equal to c e to the power minus x. Now, for getting the solution of non-homogeneous equation, we have to assume one solution. So, let us say the particular solution, let y is equal to ax plus b. What this gives, that y dash is a. If this y and y dash we put in our given equation, that y dash plus y is equal to minus x, we would get that a plus b plus ax is equal to minus x. Now, equate the coefficients of x and the constants, we would get a plus b as 0 and a as minus 1. Thus, we are getting the result that a as minus 1 and b as 1. Thus, we would be getting the particular solution as y is equal to minus x plus 1. So, what we have got the general solution of our second equation, that solution is y is equal to c times e to the power minus x plus 1. Now, what we have got? We have got two solutions, one 2y is equal to x square plus c, another y is equal to c times e to the power minus x plus 1. These are constituting our general solution. To get a final general solution, we would write them as the multiplication of the two functions. So, what we are getting, 2y minus x square minus c multiplied by y plus x minus c e to the power minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. This is the solution of the given differential equation. So, we had learned the first method where we are writing the equations in the form of degree of y dash as n, we are factorizing it into n terms, which results each one as differential equation of first order and first degree. They could be of different kind of differential equations. We can solve them by using the methods which we have already learned, and for general solution of that nth degree equation, what we do is we multiply all the solutions, writing in the implicit form or writing the form y minus f of x y, that kind of function, equating them to be 0. Thus, we have learned the first case. Now, go to the second case where equation solvable for y. This is again a typical case. You see, if our nth degree equation can be written as y is equal to a function of x and dy over dx. That is, we are writing it as a function of x and y dash, and that is equated to y. That is why we are calling solvable for y. That is, we can write y is equal to something. Now, if I differentiate this on both the sides with respect to x, what we would get? Dy over dx is equal to, now let us say, another function of phi of x, y and d2y over dx2. Since what we are having is derivative of y would be dy over dx, derivative of x may be there constant or whatever the function of x, we may get x, then we may get y also as well, and a derivative of dy over dx, that is the second derivative of y, d2y over dx2. So, we would get dy over dx as a function of x, y and d2y over dx2. Or in other words, what we are writing, y dash is equal to a function of x, y dash and dy dash over dx. That is, now I am writing this equation as y dash as a function of x, y dash and derivative of y dash. Now, you see is that is what we are having, something is here what we had y a function of x and y dash. Here we are having y dash as a function of x, y dash and derivative of y dash. Let us say the solution of this kind of equations is a function of course, it will contain x, y dash and c. So, for solution of the equation, what we will do? We will eliminate this y dash from this solution and the original equation which we do have, y is equal to f of x dy over dx, and that would give me the solution of our equation y is equal to f x dy over dx. Many times it may be not possible to eliminate, that is, the equations we are getting, they are not in simple form and we are not able to eliminate y dash. Then what we do is we solve for both x and y and we write the solution as this form. This is again a form of solution where we are saying is x is a function of y dash and c and y is also a function of y dash and c, and of course, they are different functions. Here y dash is not being considered as dy over dx, rather we are giving the solution as in the terms of y dash. So, y dash we consider as a parameter. This method is especially useful for those equations which do not contain the terms of x. That is, it may contain the term of x square or something or x multiplied something, but not simply the terms of x. Let us do one example over here. See, solve y plus px is equal to x to the power 4 times p square. Here p is being used to give the notation dy over dx. If you do remember this method, we are doing is where we are getting the method equations involving y dash. So, we are using y dash as another parameter and we are taking it p as dy over dx. Now, see how we are going to solve using this technique. So, this given equation we can write as y is equal to x to the power 4 p square minus px. So, now we can write this equation as y is equal to some terms of x and p. Here p is of course y dash. Now, differentiate it with respect to x. What I will get? First term dy over dx. Here the derivative of x to the power 4 p square, this would be 4x cube and p square as such. Then we do have x to the power 4 as such. What will be the derivative of p square? 2p, and p is again a function of x because it is dy over dx. So, we will write it as dp over dx. Similarly, for the second term minus p minus x times dp over dx. Now, dy over dx is nothing but p. So, we rewrite it again and we do get that p is equal to 4x cube p square plus 2x to the power 4 p dp over dx minus p minus x dp over dx. Now, again rewriting it and factorizing this one. What we are getting is, now we are getting the equation in p and x and involving the term dp over dx, that is we are having is again the first order equation. Now we will factorize it. You see how we are going to factorize it. From first two terms we are taking common 2x cube p and we are getting the factor as 2p plus x dp by dx minus, from here we are just taking the common minus 1 and 2p plus x upon dp over dx. So, we do get the two factors 2p plus x dp over dx and 2x cube p minus 1. Now, if I equate both these factors to 0, we would get two equations. The first equation 2p plus x dp over dx is equal to 0 and the other equation of course we will talk later on. This equation is actually a differential equation in p and x. So, we will treat it as a differential equation of first order in p and x, where p is a function of x. So, we can solve it. We do know the method to solve this first order equations linear. So, we just use again the variable separable method. We do get 2 dx over x plus dp over p is equal to 0. If I integrate it on both the sides, I do get 2 log x, that is the integration of 1 by x, and integration of this as log p. This constant again I have written here as log c. You do understand that we write like this when we have to make the terms simpler. So, what we have got? We have got log x square p is equal to log c or x square p is equal to c. So, this is the solution of the first equation. Now, from here we do get p as c upon x square. Now, we have to solve the solution of this solution and the given equation so that we can get the solution as y. We have to eliminate p actually. So, what we do is that here we are getting the value of the p as c by x square. We will use this in our original equation where we are having y is equal to x to the power 4 p square minus px. Now, if I put p over here, what I would get? Y as x to the power 4. For p square we are writing c square upon x to the power 4 minus x, and p we are writing c over x square. Simplification, what it gives? C square times c by x, or we are getting is x y is equal to c square x minus c. So, we have got this as the solution and this we would call the general solution. Now, what will happen to the other equation which we have got in the factor? Let us see. The other part we have got in the factor was 2x cube p minus 1. If I see this as in x and p, this is a simple equation. So, from here we do get the value of p as 1 upon 2x cube. Now, try to put this in the given equation, that y is equal to x to the power 4 p square minus px, and what we would get? We would get as p square 1 upon 4 x to the power 6, because here the value of the p is 1 upon 2x cube and here p is 1 upon 2x cube into x. What it gives? It gives me 1 upon 4x square minus x upon 1 upon 2x square, that is we would get minus 1 by 4x square. Now, this is called singular solution. Why? If we see is that in the previous one what we have got, that solution, this solution cannot be obtained by putting the constant any value in the previous general solution. Now, we are not going to talk about the singular solutions many times. So, we could make this solution, omit this solution, and we can work only with the differential equation and get the general solution, that is the first factor only. To clarify more, let us do one more example. Solve the equation y is equal to p sin p plus cos p. Again here p means dy over dx, that is y dash. See how we are going to solve it. The solution itself is given in the simple form, that is y is equal to p sin p plus cos p. We will differentiate it on both the sides with respect to x. What we would be getting? y dy over dx is equal to, now here dp by dx sin p plus p, and the derivative of sin p is cosine p, and then p as dp by dx. Similarly, for the second part it would be sin p and dp by dx. What we are getting is, again we would write dy over dx as p. So, what we are getting, p is equal to, now here dp by dx sin p and dp by, that is why you see is that is this has been written in this form, they are getting cancel it out. We are getting is p sin p, sorry, p is equal to p cos p dp over dx, or 1 is equal to cos p times dp over dx. Again this is a equation which we are getting in the first order equation. If I rewrite it, I could write cos p dp is equal to dx, differentiating on both the, sorry, integrating it on both the sides to get the solution. We get sin p plus c is equal to x. You see is that is, here I have used the c just for the simplification. Now we have got a equation sin p plus c is equal to x. Now I cannot simplify it for p because it will involve this, it is involving this trigonometric term sin. So it will not give me simple solution or single solution. Another equation, what is the original equation we are having? That was actually y is equal to p sin p plus cos p. So what we will write the general solution here, that x is equal to sin p plus c and y is equal to p sin p plus cos p. So this we would write the solution in the form of x and y rather than giving y is equal to this. So we do write, this is the solution of our given differential equation. Now let us move to the third case. Equations solvable for x. What are these equations? If the general equation of nth degree, if I could write in this form, x is equal to a function of y and dy over dx. You see in the previous case we had written y as a function of x and dy over dx. Here we are writing it as x as a function of y and dy over dx. If this is possible, what we will do, we will differentiate this with respect to y. What we would get, dx over dy, this we can write as 1 upon y dash as a function of y, y dash, dy dash over dy. Thus we are getting equation as 1 upon y dash as a function of y, y dash, dy dash over dy. This is again differential equation. So if the solution of this is of the form y, y dash c is equal to 0, we could eliminate from this solution and the original equation the term of y dash, and that will give me the general solution. If it is not possible, so let us say that is the solution we are getting is, we will eliminate y dash from this equation and the solution x is equal to f1 y dash y and c and this. If it is not possible to eliminate this y dash, we can write this as a function, one function of y, y dash and c in the x and another as y is equal to f2 y, y dash as c, as just as in the previous method. That means we are getting two values or two equations, one is for x, another for y. Here we will treat this y dash as the parameter and this we will call the solution of the differential equation. This method is especially useful for the equations which do not contain the terms having only the term of y. So let us see the method for how to solve it. So let us see one example. Question is, solve p cube minus 4xy times p plus 8y square is equal to 0. Here again p we are using for dy over dx. Now, the given equation we do write as p cube minus 4xy p plus 8y square is equal to 0. This we can write as x is equal to something. So, let us see that is how we could write. We could write x is equal to p square upon 4y plus 2y over p. That is, this is equation which we could write as a function of y and dy over dx, that is p. Now, differentiate this both the side with respect to x. What we are getting is dx over dy, which we could write as 1 upon p, derivative of p square upon 2y, we are differentiating with respect to y, 2p upon 4y dp over dy minus p square as such, derivative of y with respect to y, that would be 1 upon 4y square, that is with the minus sign. Similarly, for the second term, we are getting is 2 upon p minus 2y upon p square dp over dy. On simplifying it, we could write it as 4py square is equal to 2p cube by dp over dy minus p to the power 4 plus 8y square p minus 8y cube dp over dy. We are simplifying it to get the factors. So, again more simplification, we could write it as 4py square minus 8y cube dp over dy plus 2p cube y dp over dy minus p to the power 4 is equal to 0. That is how we have written it as for factorization. Now, you see that is from first two terms we can take 4y square as common and we will get the factor p minus 2y over times dp over dy. From second two terms we are taking the factor common as p cube and I am writing the first term as second and second term as the first, that is here I am taking minus p cube outside and this term I am writing as first as p minus 2y times dp over dy. Thus, we are getting the two factors 4y square minus p cube and p minus 2y dp upon dy is equal to 0. Now, if I equate these two factors to 0 separately, I would be getting two equations. The first equation is general equation in the p and y, while as the second equation is a differential equation in p and y. So, let us see, that is we are getting two equations. So, first we are talking about this differential equation. As we had seen in the previous method also, that is the equation, simple equation may not give me the general solution. So, we are using the differential equation p minus 2y times dp over dy is equal to 0. Very simple equation of first order and first degree in p and y. To solve it, we do write it as dp over dy is equal to 2y dy over 2y. Integrating on both the sides, we would get log p is equal to 1 by 2 log y plus log c. Again the constant term we have written in the terms of logarithmic, which gives me that p is equal to c square root y. So, this is we have got the solution of this differential equation. Now, use this solution into the original equation. Original equation was p cube minus 4xyp plus 8y square is equal to 0. Here we will put p is equal to c root y in this one. So, what we would getting is c cube y root y minus 4xy times c root y plus 8y square is equal to 0. If we simplify it, what we are getting is y root y c cube minus 4cx plus 8 root y is equal to 0. Now, this we have got the two factors, one factor y root y, another factor is this equation. From this factor we are getting is that y is equal to 0. That says is, but this cannot be a solution because y is equal to 0 is the solution in which we are not interested. So, we will take this second factor. So, second factor is giving us 8 root y is equal to c times 4x minus c square. Now, this second equation which is square on both the sides give me 64y is equal to c square 4x minus c square whole square. So, this is what we are getting the solution of the differential equation. This we will call the general solution. You see the second here again in the first one we have got the two factors, we have taken only the factor which involves the derivatives or the which is giving us the differential equation, and when we are solving that differential equation we put the value of p in the original equation and we have got again the in the terms of factors. This factor had given me the equation solution as y is equal to 0, but this is not an acceptable solution because it is a trivial solution. Y is equal to 0 will satisfy any differential equation. So, this we are not interested, we are interested in the second factor, and from there we have got this as the general solution. Let us see one more example. Solve the differential equation y square log y is equal to x y p plus p square. Here again p is dy over dx. So, we are writing the equation y square log y is equal to x y p plus p square. Again we see is that we can solve it for x, but not for y, because y we are involving the term of y square as well as log y. So, we can solve it for x. If we are solving it for x, we can write it as 1 upon p y log y minus p upon y. Now, differentiate it with respect to y. What we do get? Dx over dy, which we can again write as 1 upon p, derivative minus 1 upon p square, then y log y terms, and of course with p dp over dy, then 1 upon p as such, derivative of y is 1, so it is log y only, then 1 upon p again as such, y as such, derivative of log y is 1 by y. So, y into 1 by y is giving me 1, so I have just got here 1 upon p. Similarly, this second term minus p upon y, differentiating with respect to y. So, first differentiate p, so we do get minus 1 upon y dp over dy, then minus p, and what will be the derivative of 1 upon y, that is minus 1 upon y square. So, we are getting is plus p upon y square. Now, simplify it, what we do get? Minus y cube log y dp over dy plus p y square log y minus p square y dp over dy plus p cube is equal to 0. More simplification and factorization. So, we are rewriting it as p cube minus p square y dp over dy plus p square y log y minus y cube log y dp over dy is equal to 0. And just taking the common from first two terms, p square gives me one factor, p minus y dp over dy. To get the same factor over here, we take the common y square log y. So, we are getting the two factors, p square plus y square log y and p minus y dp over dy. Again we are getting the two factors. If I equate these factors separately to 0, from here we would be getting one equation in p and y, while here we are getting one equation in p, y and dp over dy, that is the differential equation in p and y. Again as that this is going to give us a particular solution, this is going to give us general solution, and we are more interested in general solution rather than a singular solution. So, we will take the second equation. So, we are taking the second equation, p minus y dp over dy is equal to 0, which is a differential equation. How to solve it? We could rewrite it as dp upon p is equal to dy over dy is a simple equation. Integrating on both the sides, we get log p is equal to log y plus log c, or p is equal to cy. Now, use this solution in the given equation, that is y square log y is equal to x y p plus p square. Y square log y is equal to x y, p is cy, and p square, c square, y square, what we do get is c x y square plus c square y square, or we are getting in other words, that is simplification, log y is equal to c x plus c square. If I take the anti-logarithmic, we can get the solution as y is equal to e to the power c x plus c square, or we could say is that is c times e to the power c x kind of solution, and this is what is the general solution of our differential equation. Of course, if I would have taken the other factor also, that would give me a singular solution, but we are not interested in the singular solutions anymore, we are interested only in the general solution at this stage. So, now we had covered the methods which are applicable to those equations which are of the first order, but have degree more than 1. There we have discussed 3 cases. The cases where simply we can factorize the given equation into n factors, and each factor results out to be an equation of first order and first degree. Second method where we have seen, that is, if we could write the given equation in the form y is equal to a function of x and y dash and y, and the third one where we could write the given equation in the form of x is equal to a function of y and y dash. We had learned how to solve these 3 different kind of methods. They are most general methods which are going to solve the particular the problems which we are tackling in the first course. So, we have learned the first order differential equations, whether of first degree or higher degree. So, that's we have finished today. Thank you.